Hey guys, how you going? So he's finally here. Cloud EX has arrived, and with it comes the new wave of the new type of power medals in this game, EX medals. So I thought I'd make a little quick guide, if you will, just reference on what is an EX medal, what do they do, what makes them so special, and are they worth pulling for? Are they really the game-changing medals that the game is trying to hype them up to be? I thought it was really interesting if we take a quick look at how they're described in the game. EX medals are a new type of medal with significantly better stats and special attacks over non-EX medals. Well, first of all, significantly better stats isn't necessarily true. The stats are the, strength, defense, and I guess the base multiplier. It has a pretty good base multiplier, but not an insanely good one. Granted, it's this particular medal is a tier 5 medal, meaning that its multiplier can potentially be times by 150% if you max skilled it. The special attack, though, is what really makes it excel. Okay, yeah, one might even say that they are even stronger than their tier class. So what it's trying to say here is, if you have this tier 5 medal, it's almost as good as having a tier 6. We're not saying that, but you might be tempted to say it's as good as having a tier 6. I don't know if I agree with that, but the thing is, the buffs that it offers are so friggin' powerful. It's almost not... It's like apples and oranges. You can't say it's as good as a tier 6, because it's not the multiplier that you're worried about. Well, anyway, let's just get into it. Let's just get into what they do. I've made up some of my little diagrams for you guys again. So, let's get into it and have a little quick peek. Okay, so what are EX medals? Thank you, diagram. Alright, basically if we look to the JP version for advice on what EX medals are, we can see that there are currently 5 of them out. At a quick glance, you'll notice that there are 5 out, the 3 different types have been represented at least once. There is an upright speed, magic, and power medal, and there's also a reverse power and speed medal currently out so far. So you have Cloud EX, Axel EX, Sora EX, Sephiroth EX, which I've mentioned on this channel before, and finally Roxas EX. It wouldn't take a genius to figure out that if they were to put out another one, there would be a reverse magic one to come next, but we'll get into that a little bit later on. So what are they? They are pretty powerful medals, but the main thing, like I said, is the buffs that come with them. So the first batch that was sort of released is Cloud EX, Sora EX, and Axel EX. Well, actually, Axel came before Sora. What do they do? Alright. My bloody face is in the way of my diagram. My carefully crafted MS Paint diagram. Oh well, how about I sit up here? Okay, I'm sitting up here now. So, when you first get them, you realise that they're a tier 5, well, if you get them, we'll talk about how rare they are in a second. But essentially, they're medals with a pretty decent multiplier, 1.96 to 3.48, and that's off an area of attack multiplier, so, you know, nearly doing 3.5 damage on an area of effects medal is pretty good. You hit that high point of the multiplier if your HP is full, so that means you should be hitting that high point pretty much every time. There are very few exceptions where, you know, you wouldn't be at full health, and even if you were, just put like a healing medal first, like Illustrated Kairi, Illustrated KH2 Kairi, any sort of heal that you have, and you'll get right back up to full. You can deal the most amount of damage. Okay, what do they do though? Actually no, sorry. So if you're able to guilt them, because they're tier 5 medals, those multiplier ranges go up to effectively 8.70 if you're able to fully guilt it at 150%. It's pretty unreal, especially when you consider the enormous amount of buffs they put on. So you have a power, speed, and magic medal there. They give their respective element, so in that order, power, speed, and magic. Gives the player +3 to your respective element strength, and takes away all enemies, respective enemies' colour of that defense by 3 stages. So you're effectively applying 6 layers of buff to yourself. If you consider debuffing your enemy a buff to you, you're effectively buffing yourself by 6 stages. Now, of course, other medals can do that. Other medals can raise, let's say, all of your PSM stats by, like, all PSM by 2, for example, which is good. But if you consider that these medals are meant to be like really focused on, let's say, a 1-color Keyblade, just for example, you're able to buff a particular stat by 6 stages for an entire turn. And that means that every other, let's say you're using Cloud. Let's say you use Cloud at the start of your Keyblade. You buff yourself up to +3 and -3, power-based strength and enemy defense. Every single other power-based medal that you're going to use from that point on get benefits from all those buffs as well. It's a huge, huge benefit to the rest of your Keyblade. Of course, you could also use it at the end of your Keyblade. You could also say, alright, pop it at the end, and I'll use my other medals on the way to that EX medal to buff it up, and then do just insane damage at the back of my Keyblade. Let's say you have Fenrir, pop Fenrir at the pop Cloud EX right at the back of Fenrir. You know, put some general strength buffs along the way, put some general defense down buffs, debuffs to your enemies, and then fire off with Cloud EX in that final slot. You would do huge amounts of damage. Okay, so when these medals first came out, this is the important part. When they first came out in the JP version, it was before the Union Cross update, and it was before the fact that they changed the buff caps from +3 to +7. So at the time, all 3 of these medals were hitting their respective PSM cap at the time. Of course, now we get up to +7, they don't even, they're still doing an insane amount of buffs for where we currently are, but they don't even hit half of what they could potentially reach. Not to say that they're bad medals by any stretch of the imagination, but again, if we look into our JP crystal ball, we can see that there are a lot stronger medals coming. These will take you through for a long time now though. I reckon if you had one of these medals, for the respective colour Keyblade you had it on, it would still serve you extremely, extremely well. Just imagine if you have my old mate Xigbar B, who can act as every single element in the game. If you put any one of these EX medals in front of him, and then you face off against a single target version of, let's say you have Cloud EX, you put him in your Keyblade on Divine Rose, even though it doesn't actually fit into that particular attribute. You fire off Xigbar B against a speed type enemy, you're benefiting from all those insane amount of buffs. It's still very, very useful, still very, very usable. And again, it's the strongest thing that we've ever seen in our game so far. The last strongest thing that we had was probably Xehanort 8, which was almost as good as Sora EX is, because it buffs. It's basically the same medal, but only +2, -2. Okay. So what happens if you get double cast on any of these medals? Again, they're extremely, extremely rare. We'll talk about that. But let's say you get double cast on any one of these. You're up to +6 and -6 of your own attribute. That's pretty crazy. That's pretty friggin' unreal. +6, -6 is almost at the current buff cap. And if you throw on, let's say, Illustrated KH2 Kairi, there you go. You're at +7, -7 already. You're done. You're done. You only have to worry about maxing and minning your general attack up and general defense down, and away you go. You're set for life. Okay. But you don't have to use double cast, of course, if you have any sort of copy medal, even if it's not gilted. HD Nominate, any of the Halloween Town ones, any of the Xehanort ABC. Copy the buffs, and then you're at +6, -6 in 2 medals. Pretty good. Still pretty good. Alrighty. Talk about Rarity. When this medal first was released in JP, it had a when Cloud EX was first released, it had a 20 pull mercy behind it. That means that to guarantee you were going to get one of these things, you needed to spend 60,000 jewels. Of course, people were getting it in less pulls than that, but the the fact of the matter still stands that it still took 20 pulls to guarantee you were going to get one. I don't think it's worth that. I don't think anything is worth 20 pulls, anything in this game. Because there are always going to be better things, and 20 pulls is a huge investment, either dollar-wise or just time-saving. 20 pulls is a friggin' huge investment. 1 second. Okay, so when Axel rolled around, he did not have a mercy pool associated with him. But I believe that he started the trend where any single time you pulled an EX medal, it would come with 5 dots already lit. And again, this is before the Union Cross update, before traits, meaning that you only needed, obviously, 1 Mickey and Broom, and you had a gilded copy of that medal ready to go. Nowadays, with traits being a thing, obviously getting him at 5 dots is really good, but you still ideally want to have a couple of rerolls on him, so, to get some really good traits. So the amount of dots you get him with isn't the biggest deal in the world, if you get what I'm trying to say. But yeah, at the time, and I believe it's still the case to this day, whenever they release an EX medal, if you get it during that opening window, when you get it, it will have 5 dots on it, which is, yeah, really, really, really powerful. 1 Mickey and Broom away from being guilted. Insanely powerful. But yeah, no mercy pull for Axel EX when it first came out. Because I guess the reception to the 20 pull mercy from Cloud was quite bad. People are like, it's ridiculous for 1 medal costing, you know, 60,000 jewels, which is several $100s. No thank you, I'm not going to do it. Okay, so yeah, they all do the same thing. They all have the same multiplier, all area of attack, all tier 5. Should we talk about the tier 6s? Here we go. Put my face over here. Okay, so the current tier 6s that are out are Xehanort EX and Roxas EX. Like I mentioned before, there is most likely going to be a reverse magic one, and it would make sense if that would come out in the next month, end of the month, maybe next month. Because they released them, except for 1 month where they skipped, they released roughly 1 a month. So Roxas EX has only just been released in JP now. Let's have a chat about them. So I still can't help but look at that medal and think, god damn, that is the coolest thing I've ever seen. But yeah, Xehanort EX and Roxas EX. Oh boy, so they were released after the Union Cross update, and as such, have the benefit of coming with the much higher buff caps available to them. Alright, so what do these guys do? Well, the tier 6 medals, the same sort of deal, 3.94 multiplier if your HP is at max. Fully guilted, that becomes 11.04. That's before any of the buffs are applied, 11.04 multiplier. Horrifically powerful, just insanely, insanely powerful. Again, very, very, very rare, but if you get a hold of one and you're able to max guilt it, which, you know, people are able to do, horrendously powerful. Alright, so as for their buffs, these tier 6 ones all buff your PSM strength by 5 stages. So obviously Xehanort buffs power by 5, Cloud, Roxas buffs speed by 5, reduces the enemy's PSM defense by 3, just like the other medals, but it also raises your general attack up by 1 and their general defense down by 1. So in addition to a boosted version of the PSM buff, you also get a general attack up and general defense down buff as well. So what could you pair that with? Well, if you pair that with 0.2 Kari, which I'm going to make a video about a bit later on, she raises your general attack up by 6 stages. 6 stages. So if you have a 0.2 Kari, follow it up with a Xehanort EX, you're already at +7. You're already as literally high as your strength could be. Also, you have +5 power-based strength. Also, the enemy is extremely weak to power. Nothing is going to take a hit from that. Certainly nothing in our current game. Everything's just going to fall on its face. Even medals that, like, resist power, it's just going to fall over flat and die. Good lord, it's so insanely powerful. You know, obviously you combine that with general defense down medals to really make the most of the insane strength, but good lord, it's so powerful, so horrifically powerful. Okay, same deal, no mercy pull, very, very rare medals, especially even rarer to get a boosted one, like horrendously rare to get a boosted one, but people have done it. People have certainly done it. Okay, so there's not much else to say about these medals. Obviously, I want to talk about the design now. So not obviously, but I want to talk about the design. So you'll notice that, let's go back here. I'm going to sit in there. There we go. Okay, so the two on the left there, Cloud EX and Xehanort EX, are their Kingdom Hearts 2 models with these like lovely glowing particle effects all around them. And the 3 on the right are taken from, I believe that's box art, or like various artwork. Like I know the Axel is from that picture of all of the organization members, all of the coded and... Sorry, one sec. Alright, I'll give you a different song, you're sick of hearing Dismiss. Okay, the 3 on the right have, yeah, artwork from various places. Terrible. Like the box art for the various Kingdom Hearts games, or like official promotional art, this and that, whatever. So the 3 on the right, let me just show you, have a really cool thing, almost like the key arts, where you pull up their medal, you press a little button inside the status screen, and you get to see, let's get past them, this, okay. So they're composed of like quotes from the games that their characters say. Really, really cool. Really, really, really cool. I've actually seen some of the guys in my Discord chat making their own versions of like medals with art like this, and I really, really like it. Really cool. Yeah, so who's to say there could be more KHUx featuring this style? Sorry, there could be more EX medals featuring this style in the future, where the characters are like composed of quotes that they say. But the other two seem to have, like I said, that glowing particle effect around them, and that got me thinking. If we know that there's going to be most likely a reverse magic medal next, could we have a guess what that medal might be? Who might be featured in that medal? And if so, would anyone like a chance to design one? So I said to my Discord community, how about you guys see what you can come up with and design a medal for me to feature in this video. So a guy on my Discord channel who always posts incredible incredible medal designs from various series, including Kingdom Hearts and other series as well. He goes by Pex, P-E-X, designed this Master Xehanort for exactly this reason. Beautiful particle effects, reverse magic medal, really, really cool. Part of me thinks that it won't be an original character, because obviously Sephiroth and Cloud come from Final Fantasy, so I'm thinking it could be another Final Fantasy character, it could be a Disney character, but who knows, it could very easily be a medal like this, so I really like that idea. What's next? Awesome. Someone designed... Okay, Cohen2000XP designed this Master Ira. I really like the idea behind this, like, what if Master Ira has been evil the entire time? I mean, most likely not going to happen because of... Well, I don't want to get into Unchained X spoilers here, but I really like the design. I thought it was really, really cool, and I was very happy to show this one off, so thank you for that, Cohen. And lastly, UnknownWyvern, with a little bit of help from Pex, designed this Phantom medal. So Phantom from Kingdom Hearts 1. I think it's a really, really great idea for a medal that could potentially be in the game. Being a reverse magic medal makes complete sense for Phantom. And yeah, I thought this was a really, really cool medal. So thank you very much, guys, for showing this off. If you guys like this at all, let me know. I can definitely show off some of the other artworks that my Discord members have created in the chat. I can do some like fan videos sometimes when there's less content to post. But yeah, if you like this kind of stuff, let me know. And I want to switch back to the game real quick. Okay, so we're back to the game, and I've been saving my jewels for a hell of a long time. I think, again, the rarity is insane. It's not going to happen. I know it's not going to happen, but I kind of want to do a pull. Actually, let me see if I can... This is exactly what I was looking for. So someone has already gotten a fully max skilted Cloud EX. Congratulations, man. Congratulations. No traits, so they use Mickey and Brooms to get it up. I think this is a really, really good choice for Mickey and Brooms. Either got a really good git roll off the bat, or use mirrors to get it up. Either way, I think you made a really good choice. This medal is going to serve you for quite a while. Attack boost 3 max. Beautiful. Lovely. Look at that. So, no music or anything, no way to view artwork. It just is what it is. But it's insanely powerful. Should we give it a try? I've chosen to do a daily Sid quest, so I might not even be able to use it. I might kill all the enemies too quickly. Let's see what happens. Real quick. Yep, I'm gonna kill them too quickly. I won't be able to use it. Alright, I'll use it in a different quest. Okay, let's try the a speed Proud Plus quest, see if we can do some damage here. Alright, here we go. So I'm not going to try and complete this by any stretch of the imagination, I just want to see rough damage output. So I'm going to get up to +3 general attack, +3 power attack, -2 enemy general defense, -2 enemy power base defense. So when you combine that with Cloud EX's damage... Oh crap! Yeah, just he took the kill from us. Alright, this thing should take a hit. Have to remember to save up enough SP. Well, I have to worry about that actually. Alright, swipe. Yeah, I can afford to use this. Woof, just enough. Oh, jeez, I thought it cost 3 for a second there. Alright, here we go. Pretty good, pretty good. Again, I didn't fully buff that by any stretch of the imagination, and of course it is a borrowed metal, so it's not going to do much damage, but there you go, there's the animation. Thank you to whoever I'm borrowing that off. Alrighty guys, it's time for a pull, I think. Time for just one pull. So the rates on this thing are insanely low, so I'm not expecting him by any stretch of the imagination, but Orbed Premiums are back, so yeah, pretty happy about that. Upright speed, if I can get like 2 premiums, that'd be really awesome. No, just 1, that's okay. So it's going to be, I never got a Raikou before, 2 dots. Alright, well there you go guys. So again, the rates are insanely low on this, so don't go expecting it. But, and I wouldn't go like burning a ton of jewels on it either, just because there are better things coming in the future. And it's not like right now is an amazing time to go for it, as in like, it doesn't have 5 dots coming with it, it only has 3 dots on it. Meaning if you get 2 of them, you'll be able to gilt it. So the only factor about this is the fact that it's a limited time only sort of thing. As in right now, you only have 2 weeks to pull for it, in which case when you do any pulls after that, it won't be in those available medals. In JP, they have reprints from time to time, where if you pull for the next current big medal, you'll get a chance to pull for an EX that is currently gone. So if we wait a couple months, maybe when the next EX medal rolls around, it'll most likely have a chance at pulling Cloud EX from it again. So even though it says limited time only, it's true, but Cloud EX will certainly be back. Certainly. So I wouldn't waste all your jewels trying to get this thing now. I just did a YOLO pull just because. Why not? Why not? I haven't pulled in forever. So, alright guys, I think that's enough rambling from me. I'll talk to you guys soon. We just got that update about... I'm going to start rambling. The daily quest for brooms. One sec. It's a little 6 million downloads daily quests here, which is a bit interesting. So there's going to be, looks like 4 quests, and potentially 1 mirror is going to come out of it. 1 broom, sorry. Because the first day didn't have a broom, and it's only going to go for 4 days, I believe. So, yeah. Curious, but 1 broom is better than no. Yeah, see? June 9th to June 13th. Is that 5 days? 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th. Yeah, so it should go for 5 days, but I was kind of hoping we'd get a broom each day, but maybe that was wishful thinking. Alright, rambled enough. This video's not about that. I'll catch you later, guys. All the best. Bye.